Am I the a-hole for not wanting to continue fighting for custody of my 9-year-old daughter? I know the title will automatically have many call me the a-hole, but I am really struggling with my situation. My ex and I share our daughter 50-50. We do not have the best relationship, constantly in and out of court since my daughter was 1. She married into money, has everything she's ever wanted, more children, multiple cars, etc., but she still wants full custody of our daughter. When the pandemic started, she kept our daughter claiming I would expose her. She refused to let me see her or talk to her for 2 months. I, of course, contacted the police multiple times who did nothing and my attorney couldn't do anything. When restrictions were lifted, I was reunited with my daughter. Things were great for the first couple of days, but then her attitude changed. She was always sad and crying. Took a while, but my wife and I were able to create a safe enough space for her to share her feelings. Long story short, what she shared made me report it to CPS with the consultation of my attorney. When CPS finally got involved, the investigator found nothing, but my ex essentially blamed everything on me. Apparently during the time my ex didn't allow me to see my daughter, she had our daughter write a diary, of how unhappy she was with me and my wife, how mean and horrible we are to her, what we do to her, all of which are complete lies. The CPS investigator confirmed that's what my daughter said, and has the diary as proof. We were being charged with all these allegations, and we lost custody. When it was time to say goodbye, my daughter was sobbing saying that she was sorry for lying. She explained that her mother made her write those things. She said it's easier to live with mom than with me, because if she stopped loving me and my wife, her mom will be happy. Now guys, this is where I'm so torn. I love my daughter, but this has been happening since she was an infant. Her mom makes false reports on how I do all these bad things. I have to constantly prove my innocence in court, drop thousands of dollars in court fees, for the judge to always order me to do anger management or parental courses. My attorney says I will have to do a step-up program under supervision to see my daughter again. I have to talk to a therapist, take more courses, get counseling for me and my wife, among other things. This still doesn't ensure that I will be able to see my daughter again. My attorney also says that if given custody back, I will have to be very careful with my daughter, because since she made these allegations, the next time mom wants to try something, they will automatically take her away and I could face jail time. I'm exhausted, so tired of this uphill battle for me to constantly get pushed back down. I wonder if it would be easier, not only on me, but my daughter. Eliminating me from her life, could make it easier on her. Again, I know I sound like an a-hole, I probably am. I just don't know what to do anymore. Now for the top comments. Not the a-hole. Seriously man, you are not an a-hole for putting yourself first, after being defeated against impossible odds. It is too much for you to handle, and there is nothing wrong with admitting defeat and re-establishing a relationship with your daughter at say 18, or maintaining one over the internet or phone. Unless of course she is being abused by your ex-wife, I don't think you deserve to be judged for giving up on this battle. My hope is that I have established a strong enough foundation with her. I fought for the last 8 years, creating this strong bond with her. She knows I love her no matter what, and that our door is always open. Nothing can change what we feel for her. I hope when she is old enough, she will seek a relationship with me. Talk to her and try to explain why you are forced to abandon your battle. Also be sure to talk to her and not make her feel as if you have forgotten her. Also, if anything could be arranged for visitation, do look into it. P.S. Why wouldn't she tell the court that she was forced to lie, and that her mother coerced her to commit perjury? I did talk to her. We all sat down as a family and explained the situation as best as we could. We are waiting to see if mom approves visitation. If she does, she explained that she's too scared to tell the truth, that mom made her lie. Her mom explained that if she were to tell the truth, they'll lose all their money, their cars, and all of her toys. I have no grounds to give advice or judge you. I'll share my idea and you can tell me back if I'm crazy or an a. Make a pact with your daughter. Keep however many visitations you are allowed and play your wife's games. Tell your daughter how much you love her, but you will step back and stop this war. Every time you see her, tell her how much you love her, and keep in touch. In 5 years or so, she will have more power to decide what she wants. Don't disappear from your daughter's life, but show to her that you never stopped loving her, and that you will never forget her. 9-year-olds are already smart and they are aware of things around them. What is wrong and what is right. Make sure that there is no doubt in her mind that you love her wholeheartedly. Keep in constant contact with her, like getting her a cell phone or something, so you can call or chat with your daughter. Give her a plushie or something cute, so that she can remember you by. Not the a-hole. If you're facing the possibility of jail time, but I agree, continue to show and tell her that you love her unconditionally for the rest of her childhood. If you aren't able to spend time with her in the same physical space, do video chats, write letters, email, call, message, weekly, at least. Send her packages for special occasions, but also just when you see things that remind you of her. Share things about yourself, and ask about her so she still feels like you know her, and she knows you. Do not stop the communication, even if it's only one way. If for some reason you don't think she'll see these communications because your ex will intercept, then keep a record/copy of any communication, or give to her at a later date. Every letter, email, or gift you would have sent. Good luck, OP. The next story is titled, Am I the a-hole for kicking my brother out when he yelled at me for having a baby? I have 2 kids, from 2 previous relationships, and I'm now with my boyfriend, who also has 2 kids from a previous relationship. We both have full custody, and we've been living together for about 2 years now in a 3-bedroom house, and while on paper it might sound like we're kind of crammed in here, we're really not, as each room is large enough that if you split it in half, you'd still have an above-average sized bedroom. I'd say on the whole, we're comfortable enough when it comes to money/lifestyle and can adequately provide for the kids, but we're not rich. My boyfriend and I had previously agreed on not having additional children, as the 4 we have are already enough, but a month ago I found out I was pregnant. I told my boyfriend, and we talked and decided to keep the baby, but this is absolutely the last one. My brother, 3 years my senior, just got kicked out by his wife. We agreed that he could stay with us. He came here about a week ago, and we said he could stay on the sofa bed until November. We told our kids, and my brother, about the baby yesterday at dinner. Kids took it great, brother didn't, as he said, "Are you freaking kidding me?" I asked to speak to him in the office and asked him what the issue was, and he then began telling me this was a horrible idea, that we already have 4 kids and don't need a 5th, especially as I now have 3 kids with different dads, and that a 5th kid would reduce the quality of life of the other 4. I told him it doesn't work like that, and he said as the oldest of 4 kids, he can confirm it does work like that, and having 5 kids was unjustifiable because it means less time/resources for the others, especially given the size of the house. I said give me one example from our childhood where someone went without because of the number of children, and he responded that he didn't get to go on the school ski trip in his final year of secondary school because our sister had to go to A&E, ER/emergency room, the morning of the trip, so he missed the bus. I told him that was 15 years ago, grow the hell up. He argued that he was shoved aside, even though our parents were wealthier than me and my boyfriend, and mom was a stay-at-home mom, and that we didn't even want a 5th kid initially, and we had options that we could look into adoption/termination, and I told him to get out of my house. That was last night. We're now into the next day, and while my boyfriend supports my choice, both brothers and my parents have called me to say I was a jerk. It was one disagreement, and while they know my brother overstepped massively, I shouldn't have kicked him out or told him to grow the hell up, as both of those things were too far, and he's now stuck in the only available hotel, which is nearly £100 a night, and not in his budget long term, and I've put him in a difficult position over a conversation that my family feel was justified, as he's concerned about me/my kids. Am I the a-hole for kicking him out? Info: my brother never had to parent anyone. If there was any parentification among my siblings, it was put on me and my sister because, despite being the middle children, we were mature compared to our brothers. My older brother always got to do his extracurriculars, was always going out with friends. Hell, I was packing his lunches when I was 13 and he was 16. Which is why I'm determined to not let that happen with my kids. Now for the top comments. Not the a-hole, he has no say in how you live your life. Warning, personal opinion though, I must point out, 5 kids, and promising, this is the absolute last lol, my goodness then get it nipped, I am stressed out for you handling 5 kids. Yeah, we know it's not great, lol. I actually found out I was pregnant at my appointment to get the birth control implant put in. Boyfriend has promised to get the snip ASAP. Okay, then that's good. I wish you luck and nerves of steel, as any parent should be gifted with. Info: can we know why his wife kicked him out? I personally feel the answer could affect my decision on the situation. I know she kicked him out because he cheated, but he says she also cheated on him and that he didn't really cheat, so it sounds like he came close but didn't. However, I have no proof for either side. Not the a-hole for kicking him out. If he wanted to impose and to stay with you, he should have been polite. Better yet, he should have not done whatever he did that caused his wife to kick him out. However, your brother is correct that more kids means each kid gets less. I mean, you don't magically get more money and time with each kid. With 4 kids plus BF and you, assuming you give yourself time and your BF time, everyone gets 1/6 of your resources. With a 5th kid, everyone will get 1/7. And when the baby is a newborn, the baby will get nearly 100% of your resources, so for a while everyone else gets 0. But none of that is your brother's business. He was an A. As the oldest of 8, I would like to put in my 2 cents on that second paragraph. My parents did a great job of giving all of us attention and not putting extra pressure on me to raise my younger siblings. I might not have gotten quite as much time with my parents as I would have as an only child, but I have all of these great siblings I am very close to, in addition to my parents. The 1/7 of mom's time can be balanced out by having so many playmates at home. I think you can have a healthy or unhealthy family just as easily with few or many kids, as long as finances aren't the issue. Now for the last story. Am I the a-hole for telling my sister to shut the hell up after she constantly tries to parent me? Backstory: my sister moved back in about 8 or 9 months ago, since she couldn't afford her apartment, and her college is fully online now. She hasn't lived at home since she was like 20 and I was 13, and other than Thanksgiving or Christmas, I rarely if ever saw her. I am now 18 and she's 25. Since moving back in, she has tried really hard to be a second mom to me. Like I get being sort of like a parent sometimes, because I mean she was, when I was really younger and had to watch me from time to time, but holy crap is it annoying now. We all work full-time jobs, so most of the time, we are too busy to deep clean the house or consistently do the dishes, or really anything until one of us has the days off. Some tasks my mom tells me to do I forget, and don't do it till a couple hours later, and I admit that is my fault and my mom is pretty chill about it, but my sister needs to get all up in arms, and how what I'm doing is disrespectful, and how I am being rude. Main story: about 2 days ago while at work, my mom texted me to take out the trash before I go to bed, and when I got home, everyone was already asleep. I totally forgot to take it out and apologized to my mom and she was fine with it, but yet again my sister had to make a big deal out of it and said that I'm being super disrespectful, and how my attitude can never work in the real world. This is where I might be the a-hole. I said, "Can you please shut the hell up? You're not my freaking mom, so get off my butt." I just went to my room after that, cause I really didn't want to hear her scream about how entitled I am, or how I am disrespectful. When I got home from work yesterday, my PS4 and cable box weren't in my room, and my sister grounded me for being, you guessed it, disrespectful. I was pretty mad at this point and asked my parents to get my stuff back, which they did, but said I was way out of line for my comment and then made me apologize to her. She didn't need to apologize for literally stealing my stuff and grounding me. Am I the a-hole? Now for the top comments. Not the a-hole, but you need to call a house meeting, and sit everyone down and lay down some ground rules. You and your parents have been growing up together. I mean, you've been growing up and they've been growing their treatment of you up this whole time, and your sister has been left 5 years behind. So, catch her up. You're an adult now, and only your parents get to give you orders. She's your sister, not your babysitter, and you don't owe her any respect that she doesn't return. However, given the fact that she did take care of you when you were younger, you do need to cut her some slack. She took responsibility for you, to the benefit of all, so give a little, and let her catch up. I get your point, but not every situation in which an older kid is sometimes in charge of the younger ones is parentification. Using it in this way diminishes actual situations where kids are given inappropriate responsibilities. Not the a-hole. Your sister isn't making it in the real world either. She moved back in. She's insecure about that, and is taking it out on you. Your parents are absurd though for allowing her to take your stuff and ground you. They are giving her power over you, and that's messed up. Address it with the parents. If they do nothing next time, call the police. She isn't a parent. It is theft. She never did college, but she hated her job that she was doing when she moved out and started college when she was 23. Not the a-hole. You don't owe her much respect if she's treating you like that. I'm not sure your sister understands that you don't answer to her either. Just ignore her next time if possible. Can you lock your room? This a million times. I came home from school one day to my elder sister just sitting in my bedroom floor using my things. She was asking for hair products and all that. I didn't say anything to her because she would have blown up. I just bought 2 giant C-hooks, screwed one to the door, one to the wall, and padlocked them. The problem wasn't mine anymore. And that's it for this video, guys. If you have thoughts to share, leave a comment below. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you like this content. I'll catch you in the next one. Good day, everyone.